in the heart of Seoul. A young Korean man named Ye-jun stood alone. The day he was supposed to celebrate his military discharge. Everyone had someone waiting for them. Families, friends, loved ones. But that June had no one.
Until
A small voice broke through the crowd.
Appa.
A 2-year-old girl, running straight toward him. A child he had never seen before. A child who called him father. Behind her stood a woman, Ayen, a strong African woman from South Sudan, who came to Seoul chasing a better life, but carrying a secret that would change everything. From one unexpected night to a life neither of them planned. This is a story of love, fear, sacrifice, and the kind of family that finds you when you least expect it. Because sometimes the people who change your life forever come from places you never imagined. Let's begin the story.
On a cold morning in Seoul, a man stood alone. No family, no friends, no one. Only silence. Everyone has someone except him. Wide shot, soldiers celebrating, families hugging, laughter everywhere. Officer. Private Kim Ye-jun, step forward. Ye-jun walks forward, expression calm but empty. Officer smiling. Congratulations on completing your service. Claps echo, but they're not really for him. Other soldiers run into their families' arms. Ye-jun scans the crowd. Nothing. Ye-jun murmurs. Of course, no one. He forces a small smile, picks up his bag, turns to leave. Suddenly, tiny footsteps following him. A little girl, about 2 years old, runs into frame. Little girl was shouting, "Appa! Daddy!" Ye-jun froze. Ye-jun. What? The girl hugs his leg like she's been waiting her whole life. Ye-jun got confused, awkward. Excuse me, small human. I think you've mistaken me for someone else." He looks up. A woman stands there, slightly out of breath. There stood Ayen, strong, nervous, beautiful. She waves awkwardly. "Hi, Ye-jun, long time." Ye-jun squints. "Wait, do I know you?" Ayen laughs nervously. She started to remind him. "One night, 2 years ago, Hongdae, you tried to dance, but honestly, you were terrible." Ye-jun dancing wildly offbeat. Then the flash of that night started coming back. Ye-jun gasps. "Hey, I was expressing myself." He pauses. Realization slowly hits. Ye-jun. Wait. He looks down at the little girl. "This is not what I think it is. Right?" The little girl smiles with his exact same grin. Little girl. "Appa!" Beat silence. Ye-jun. "Oh no." In a small park. Distant city noise. Nari plays with leaves nearby. Ye-jun, arms crossed, pacing. No, this is too much. You can't just show up with a whole human being and say, "Surprise, she's yours." Ayen was calm but firm. "I didn't come to surprise you. I came to tell you the truth." "After 2 years?" "Yes, because I needed to be sure I could stand on my own first." He pauses, slightly thrown off. "So, what? You want money? Support? Papers?" Ayen shakes her head slowly. "No, I don't want anything from you." He stops pacing. "Then why are you here?" he asked. Ayen watches Nari playing slowly. She said, "I grew up without a father." Ye-jun's expression shifts slightly. Every school event, every birthday, every time someone said dad. I had to pretend it didn't matter. She raised her head up and looks at him, but it did. I don't want her to grow up asking the same questions I did. She was quiet for a while, then she added, "I don't want your money. I don't want your life. I just want her to know her father exists. Ye-jun looks away, uncomfortable. You're asking for something big. I'm asking for something simple, she said. Ye-jun added, No, you would have been told me 2 years ago. I have someone now. I can't do this. Ayen absorbs that quietly. I'm not here to ruin your life, Ye-jun. But you are. Silence filled the place. Even the background noise feels distant.
Nari runs over, holding a small leaf. Appa, look! She hands him a crushed leaf like it's treasure. He hesitates, then takes it. Ye-jun awkward. Wow, very leafy. Ayen almost laughs through the tension. Nari is for you. She hugs him quickly and runs back. Ye-jun freezes again. Something cracks, but he hides it. He hands the leaf back to Ayen. I can't do this, he said. Ayen nods slowly. She expected this, but it still hurts. Okay, she replied sadly. Then called Nari. Say bye to. She stops herself, swallows, then softly, say bye. Morai, confused. Appa? Ye-jun looks away and said a quiet,
Goodbye.
Sometimes, the hardest thing isn't being alone. It's choosing to be. Ayen holds Nari's hand. They begin walking away. Nari keeps looking back, crying Appa, Appa. Each call hits heavier. Ye-jun stands still, fists clenched, but he didn't move. Later that night, Ye-jun at home, silence. He sits down. He notices something in his pocket, the crushed leaf. He stares at it for a while. Then he began to think about Nari's smile, her tiny voice, Appa. Ayen saying, I don't want her to grow up like me. He exhales deeply. This is crazy. His phone buzzes. It's his girlfriend texting. How was today? Did anyone come? He types, pauses, deletes, types again. Someone did. Deletes again. Finally, he switched off the phone and went to bed. Next morning, same park, empty, footsteps. Ye-jun appears, slightly out of breath. He looks around. Hello? No one. He sat on the bench, holds the leaf tightly. Ye-jun came back. But this time, he was the one who arrived too late. Morning light, the same bench, same silence. Hello, Ayen. Nothing, just wind. He was calling as if Aiden sleeps at the park. He sits, stares at the empty playground, thinking I don't even know her last name. At this point, reality hits him hard. I don't know anything about her. Ye-jun awkwardly approaches random moms in the park, shows them the crushed leaf like it's evidence, tries describing Nari. Small, talks a lot, calls me Appa like she owns me. One mom slowly backs away. Random mom answered him. Sir, that describes every child. Ye-jun walking through Seoul streets thinking hard. Ayen voice echo in his mind. I came from South Sudan. Life was hard. He stops walking. He thought South Sudan. Maybe. Community center? Quickly he rushed to community center and enter a multicultural center. Nervous. The staff asked him, Can I help you? I'm looking for someone. She's strong, scary when serious, laughs at my dancing. The staff stares at him, not able to say anything. Ye-jun continued, and she has a child who kidnapped my heart. Staff softens a little, then asked, What's your name? He answered Ayen. The staff scrolls through something and pauses. She used to come here, he answered. Used to? Ye-jun tense. Staff replied, Yeah, she stopped a few weeks ago. His face drops. For the first time, he wasn't running away. Outside, Ye-jun sat on steps, defeated. He was chasing and losing. He looked at the leaf again and said softly, You really said for me. He laughs weakly, and I said goodbye. What was I thinking? Same staff member runs out and was him. Wait, what? The June stands quickly. She left something just in case, said the same staff member, then handed him a small folded paper. His hand shakes slightly as he opened it. I didn't know if you would come back, so I left this, just in case you choose us. I won't chase you, but I won't hide either. Ayen. Below the note she added her address. The June started running through streets. Almost gets hit by a bicycle. Drops the paper, panics, picks it up. He kept running. The Jun breathing hard. Don't leave again. Please wait for me, Ayen. Please wait. I am coming. He arrives, a simple apartment building. He stood at the door, hesitates, this time. Walking away would be easier. He raises his hand, stops, lowers it, raises it again. Finally, he knocked. He stood at the door a little bit longer, then heard footsteps from coming towards the... At this moment his heart began beating fast, as if he's about to pass out. Then the door opens, slowly. There stood Ayen, stands calm and guarded. For a moment, there was silence. Then she said, "You found it." The Jun, out of breath. I almost didn't. There were awkward pause. Ayen asked, "Why did you come back?" He struggles to answer honestly, because... He looks down, a peeks from behind her. "Appa!" Anari shouted. Everything pauses. He kneeled slowly, nervous. He greeted high. Small human. Nari runs to him. Appa. She hugs him tight. He froze, not knowing how to explain what he was feeling at that moment. He hugs her back, fully. Inside the house. Tension still there, but softer. Ayen. This doesn't change everything. The Jun answered, I know. I meant what I said. I don't want your life. The Jun answered, I don't know how to do this. I googled how to be a dad. It was stressful. Ayen laughs despite the tension. Nari sitting between them, holding both their hands. Not every story ends with perfect love. Sometimes, it begins with imperfect people choosing to try. If you have reached up to this moment, it means you already love this love story between South Sudanese girl and Korean man. Support the channel by subscribing, liking, and commenting where you are watching us from, so we can greet you in the next video. The Jun softly said to Nari, I can't promise I'll be perfect. He looks at Ayen, but I won't disappear again. Nari was smiling. Okay, Appa. Morning in Ayen's small apartment. Nari is laughing while the Jun struggles to braid her hair. Badly. Appa, new! Mari protested. Why does your hair have levels? This is advanced parenting, he complained. Ayen watches from the kitchen, trying not to laugh. You're losing to her. I'm being defeated by a 2-year-old. They share a small smile, soft, new, fragile. For a moment, it almost felt normal. As he was making Nari's hair, the phone vibrates. That Yun looks at it. It is Jisoo calling. His face changes instantly. Ayen noticing. You should answer, she said. He hesitates, then steps outside. Jisoo on phone, cheerful. Hey, you disappeared yesterday. I was worried. The Jun awkward answered. Yeah, something came up.
Jisoo.
You sound weird. Where are you? He looks back at the apartment door. I'm handling something important. Jisoo got suspicious now. Important or secret? Can we meet? Yes, let's meet in 30 minutes. The cafe was calm and sat Jisoo across from the Jun, studying his face. Okay, are we going to talk or remain silent? He exhales deeply. Something from my past showed up. Define something, she said. A child. Silence drops like a bomb. Excuse me, you're joking, right? Please tell me this is one of your bad jokes. Ye-jun, I wish it was. Jisoo. Started because last time your joke was about fighting a pigeon, not this. Yeah, that pigeon was aggressive. But this one is, he softens, is serious. Jisoo leans back on the chair trying to process. Quiet. And now you do. He nods. So, what happens to us? Jisoo asked. The question hangs heavy, no answer. Back home, Ayen pacing slightly. Tell herself this is why I didn't want complications. Then heard a knock on door. She opens, the June stands there, with Jisoo beside him. Awkward silence enters the room like a third person. All three sit, tension thick between them. Jisoo, direct, composed but emotional. So you're Ayen. Then Ayen respond calmly. And you're important to him. Jisoo nods slightly. I didn't come here to fight you, Jisoo explained. Good. I don't fight over people as well, Aiden added. Suddenly, Nari walks in the room and the room went silent. Appa, she runs straight to the June, then looks at Jisoo. Who are you? Nari asked. Jisoo freezes. She looks at the June, then back at Nari. I'm someone who knows your dad, Nar. Oh, okay. She immediately lost interest and goes back to playing. Silence again. This time was deeper. Jisoo, you don't get to stand in the middle forever. Ayen looks away in agreement with Jisoo's words. You either step into this, fully, she gestures to Ayen and Nari, or you walk away. Jisoo continued softly and firm. But you don't get both. The June is overwhelmed, but thinking clearly for the first time. I didn't choose how this started. He looks at Nari, laughing. But I can choose what I do now. He stood slowly. He walks toward Nari, kneeled, she hugs him. Then he looks at Jisoo. Honestly, I care about you, but she needs me. Jisoo's eyes well up, but she nods. She already knew this was going to happen. After moments of silence, they walked outside. Jisoo turns back once again and walked away. For the first time in a long time, Ayen felt safe. Soft morning light. Ayen's apartment feels warmer now. The June is on the floor, being used as a horse by Nari. Faster, Appa. Faster, the June said. This horse is tired. This horse needs retirement. Ayen watches, smiling quietly, but something in her eyes feels distant. There's a knock on the door. The smile fades from her face. Ayen opens the door and freezes. A tall man stands there, serious, familiar, dangerous, calm. Ayen. Her breath catches. Ayen whispers slowly, Dung? Inside, the Jun senses something is wrong immediately. He asked, who is this? Ayen doesn't answer right away. Dung was calm, controlled. I've been looking for you. Nari peeks from behind the Jun and called out, Mama? Ayen quickly kneels beside her. She was soft but tense. It's okay, baby. Everyone was sitting, but the silence was heavy. Dung started, you disappeared. I left, Ayen answered, without a word. Ayen was firm now. I had to. The Jun looks between them, confused. The June had to. From what? Ayen hesitates. Then she told him the truth. When I came to Seoul, I had nothing. No family, no support. Dung helped me, at first, but help turned into control. He was your The word hang in the June mouth. Aya answered straight and firm, not anymore. Dung smirks slightly. You say that like it's your choice. Hearing this, the Jun immediately stood up. Okay, I don't like this guy. Deng's eyes shifted to Nari. So, this is the life you chose. Ayen steps in front of Nare instinctively. Don't, she begged. You ran away, built a new life, didn't think I'd find you? You owe me. Ayen, he said coldly. The Jen was furious. Yeah, no. We're not doing this. You owe me movie scene. Dung looks at him, unimpressed. And you are? Dung asked. The Jun awkward but firm, he replied. I'm the guy who lives here now. Ayen side-eyes him. She immediately interrupted. You don't live here. The Jun, emotionally I do. Even in tension, that line hits a small, awkward beat. Steps closer, tone darker. You think this is over because you walked away? Ayen doesn't flinch this time. It was over the moment I chose myself. There were silence. Nari walks forward again, holding her toy. Why is everyone angry? The room softens for a second. Dung looks at her. Something unreadable crosses his face. Dung steps back toward the door. He was quiet, controlled. This isn't finished. He looks at Ayen and then at the Jun, not even close. Then left. Silence filled the room. Ayen exhales shakily for the first time. You okay? The Jun asked. She didn't answer immediately. I thought I left that life behind, she said quietly. The Jun looked at her, really looked at her differently now, not just as Nari's mother, but someone carrying weight. You don't have to handle it alone. She looked at him, guarded. I always have. Yeah, but now you don't, the Jun added. Her face was a mixture of fear and strength, but this time, she wasn't facing it alone. In the dark room, Ayen is awake. The Jun on the couch pretending to sleep, but clearly not. His eyes were closed, but he isn't sleeping. You've turned like 17 times, he said. You counted? Ayen asked. I couldn't sleep. Your stress is loud. What does he want? The Jun finally asked. Control, she said. When I first came, I trusted him. He helped me find work, a place to stay. Then he started deciding everything. Everything like what? The Jun asked. Where I go, who I talk to. Even when I could leave the house. The Jun sat up, now fully serious. That's not help. That's prison. Suddenly the phone buzzes. Unknown number. Ayen froze. Answer it, said the Shun. She hesitates, then puts it on speaker. You didn't think I came just to say hello? Dung voice came from the other side of the phone. The Jun rolls his eyes slightly. Of course not, villains never do, he murmured. You left with things that weren't yours, Den continued. John's face tightens. I took nothing. You took time, money, trust. Now you'll pay it back, Dung concluded. The Jun firmly answered, she doesn't owe you anything. Silence on the phone. And you are still talking, little boyfriend. The call ended. Ayen sat down, shaken. He won't stop. Good, the Jun said. Ayen looked at him. Because neither will I. Ayen finally broke. There's more. I already know. There's always more. Please tell me. Am here. I didn't just leave Deng. I ran, she started. I worked long hours. Dung was watching, controlling. Always arguments escalating, no peace. He started using my documents, my identity, for things I didn't understand. The Chun's face hardens. One night, I heard him talking. secretly on the phone, realized I wasn't safe there. After he left the house, I quickly packed and left in the night, holding baby Nari tightly. One chose my daughter, and I never looked back. Why didn't you tell me all this before? Ye-jun asked. Because I didn't want you involved. And I didn't trust that you'd stay, she added. Ye-jun. Okay, fair. I did almost fail the basic father test on day 1. Ayen almost smiles, but I'm here now. He looked at Nari, sleeping. And I'm not leaving again. Ayen studies him this time. She believes it a little. Night came. There was a knock at the door again. This time, no surprise. Ye-jun cracks neck slightly. I've been waiting. Door opens. Dung stood there again. You made this harder than it needed to be, duh, said Dung. You made it exist. That's the problem, Ye-jun answered. They stand face to face. Step aside, Dung commanded. Ye-jun. No, simple, solid. Ayen moves between them, strong. No more hiding, no more running. She looked straight in Dung's eyes. I owe you nothing. You think he can protect you? Dung asked. He looks at Ye-jun. He couldn't even protect himself from a child's surprise. Beats slight comedic sting. Ye-jun. Okay, that was one time. His tone shifts serious, grounded. Listen carefully. He stepped closer. She's not alone anymore. And neither am I, Ye-jun added. Dung studies them. Something changes. He realizes control is gone. Nari's voice came from inside. Appa? That word lands heavily again. Dung exhales, steps back. Then said, this isn't your world. Ye-jun, it is now. Long stared between them, then Dung walked away for real this time. Door closes. Silence. Then relief hits. Ayen sat down, overwhelmed, but lighter. Nari runs, hugging both of them. Why you take long? Ye-jun? We were dealing with adult problems. Okay. She shrugs and smiles. The past came back, but it didn't win because this time they stood together. Morning came calm, too calm. Ayen is folding clothes. Ye-jun is helping Nari put on her shoes badly. Nari, wrong foot, Appa. Ye-jun, why do feet even have rules? Ayen laughs softly, and Ye-jun looks up at her. Something lingers in his eyes longer than before, somewhere between fear and healing. Something else began. Ayen was cooking, Ye-jun watching her quietly. Nara asleep between them on the couch. Ayen affixing the Tsian's collar absent-mindedly. Their hands brushing, both pulling away quickly. Each moment, longer eye contact, unspoken tension. One night, Ye-jun was alone outside. He was talking to himself.
No.
This is not happening. He paces. This is stress, trauma bonding, temporary insanity, right? The next day, he acts overly normal, but too loud. Good morning. Wow, what a normal day with no emotions. Ayen stares at him. You're being weird. Ye-jun replied. I'm always weird. That's my personality. Evening. The balcony was quiet. Ayen stood there looking at the city. It's peaceful now. Ye-jun. Yeah. There was a long pause. Ye-jun. Ayen. He stops himself. Ayen turns. You what? He panics. I think I left the stove on. He runs inside. Ayen watches him go. Thoughtful. He thought he was hiding it. But feelings have a way of showing up. Later, Nari asleep again. Ayen and Ye-jun sitting close but not touching. Ashun said soft, "You've done a lot for us." The Jun reply calmly, "I wanted to. You don't have to stay. Most people don't." That line hits him deeply. "I'm not most people," he replied. There was a silence. "Then what are you?" Ayen asked. He looked at her. Really looked this time. He didn't run. He closed up his eyes, raw honesty, his voice slightly shaking. "I don't know when it started. Maybe when you stood your ground? Or when she called me Appa? Or when you smiled like everything was okay, even when it wasn't." Ayen's eyes softened but guarded. The Jun continued, but somewhere in all of that, he exhales. "I started caring about you." Then silence. Fill the room. Ayen looks down, then back at him. "You shouldn't," she replied. "That hurts," but he expected it. "Yeah, I figured." Ayen added this. "What we have, it works because it's simple. Feelings make things complicated." "That Jun, it's already complicated." He steps closer but gently. "You think I don't know that?" The Jun softened. "I tried to ignore it." He gave her a small laugh. "I even blamed your cooking." "Ayen, my cooking?" Confused. "Yeah. I thought maybe I just liked the food." She almost smiles, but holds back. They stand close now, vulnerable. "And now?" she asked. "Now I know it's not the food." Silence filled the air. Nari stirs in her sleep, still half asleep. "Appa, Mama." Both of them look at her, then at each other. The word mama hits differently now. Some feelings. Don't ask for permission. They arrive quietly and change everything. Ayen stepped back slightly, not rejecting, but not ready. "We'll talk about this another time." Then walked away slowly. The Jun stands there relieved, but also terrified. Morning, same house, but something feels different. Ayen moves around quietly, avoiding eye contact. The Jun notices immediately. "The Jun, good morning." Quickly, she distracted morning. She walks past him too fast after his confession. Nothing changed. And yet, everything did. Ayen busy with chores, unnecessarily busy. The Jun trying to help, she says, "I got it every time." Their hands almost touching, she pulls away first. Nari looking confused like, "Why are my parents acting weird?" Ayen was alone in the kitchen. Deep, she took breath. "No, this is not what you came here for." She grips the counter. "You needed stability, not feelings," she whispered. "Not him." From the living room, the Jun approaches carefully, saying so. "Are we doing that thing where we pretend nothing happened?" Ayen quickly interrupted. "Nothing happened." The Jun, right. So me pouring my heart out was just background noise? She didn't answer. "You're avoiding me." "I'm busy," she replied. The Jun laughed gently. "You reorganized the same shelf 3 times." She got caught. Nari walks in, serious as face. "Why you two not talking?" she asked. Both of them froze. "We are talking," the Jun replied. "No, you doing weird talking." Ayen almost laughs, but stops herself. The evening came, it rained again. Power goes out briefly, darkness took over. "Wait," she stumbles slightly, the Jun instinctively catches her. They froze close, too close. Lights flicker back on, but neither of them move. Their faces inches apart. Ayen's breathing changes. She is feeling it now. You can run from a person, but not from what you feel. Ayen steps back quickly. "This is exactly why I said no." She was shaking. The Jun said, "No to what? Feeling something?" Every decision, every step was to protect her. She points slightly toward Nari's room. "Feelings like this, they ruin things," she concluded. He softens, not pushing, just honest. Or maybe they build something better. Shakes her head. That's not how it works, she said. Ayen to losing control. Finally, the truth is out. I built this life carefully. The June softens, not pushing, just being honest, or maybe they build something better. Ayen shook her head slightly and said, that's not how it works. He steps back, giving her space. The Jen?
Okay.
I won't push you. She looks surprised. He continued, but don't lie to yourself either. Later that night, Ayen was watching the June sleeping on the couch, peaceful, exhausted. She sits quietly, studying him. She whispered softly, almost like a confession to herself. This is a mistake. But she didn't move away. She tried not to fall, but her heart had already taken the first step. Morning was calm but charged. They move around each other more gently now, aware, no avoidance this time, just silence full of meaning, passing each other, lingering glances. Nari holding both their hands again, small smiles they try to hide. Almost speaking, then stopping. Evening, balcony again, the same place as his confession. Ayen stood there. Why are you still here? She asked. He didn't hesitate this time. He answered firmly, because I want to be. She turns to him, eyes emotional. You make this hard, she said slowly. The jeune smiled softly. I've been told that. Are we done? She finally admits it. I feel it too, she admits. Silence was heavy and real. The jeune didn't move or giving her space. Ayen added, and that scares me. The jeune, it scares me too, but I'm still here. They stand close again, just like before. But this time, no one steps back. Ayen looks at him, really looked. Slowly, she moves closer. He hesitated, just to be sure. The June whispers, are you sure? Small nod, yes. Soft, slow, emotional, not rushed. A moment of relief, of everything they held back, finally released. They pull back slightly, breathing uneven. No words at first. From inside came the voice, Appa. They both freeze, then laugh softly. They walk back inside together, different now. Not perfect, not easy, but real. Some love stories don't begin with perfect timing. They begin with broken moments and two people choosing not to run. Sometimes, life doesn't begin with love. It begins with pain, mistakes, and unexpected moments. A man who thought he had no one found a family he never knew existed. A woman who ran from her past found the courage to face it again. And a little girl brought two broken worlds together without even trying. They didn't meet at the right time. They didn't fall in love the easy way. But somehow, through fear, truth, and second chances, they chose to stay. Because love isn't always perfect. It doesn't always come when you're ready. Sometimes it shows up unannounced, calls you Appa, and refuses to let you go. The past may come back. The future may be uncertain. But one thing became clear. They were no longer alone. And in the end, it wasn't about how their story began, but how they chose to continue it. Would you have stayed or walked away? Comment below, I want to hear your thoughts.